Hey everybody, clearing. All right, so today on the shuffle, I'm hearing what's coming up for the Twin Collective. So let's dive in. Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial. What's coming up for the Twin Collective? Oh yeah, we got the King and Queen of Cups showing up. So the emotions, the psychic stuff, internal assessment. This is very third eye, heart chakra aligned. So, I just heard calibration of the internal searchlight, the third eye. The third eye is insight. It's the ability to weave the truth from what's being assessed. The intuition is our sensitivity to our emotional responses. It is gut instinct. It's anything that arises within us as a result of what's in our environment, the potentials we're feeling into. When it's connected to the heart, the Queen of Cups, this is compassion. So the bridge between insight and heart is being fortified right now, I just heard. So that means our intuition is no longer hypervigilant, skewed by fear. This eclipse is removing another layer of that need to be on guard. Doesn't mean pretend like red flags don't exist or there aren't any threats. This means dropping into the heart to make sure your ego is not filtering, to make sure you're not projecting unnecessary crap onto what you're perceiving, the potentials you're feeling into. That is a beautiful message. The second card that flew out was, the guard on our heart is being removed. So I'm getting that this is because of the eclipse, because of the astrology, because of the ascension. All of the factors at play are kind of doing this work for us right now. So we're meant to sit back and bear witness to how these things are taking effect in our lives right now. Attitude of gratitude, I just heard. So really look at the layers that have been coming up for you leading up over this last month to the eclipse, the things that used to bother you, the things that you fear might be coming back to haunt you right now. Let go, drop in, trust. And then we also get the King of Cups with the original separation wound, abandonment, existential crisis energy, and grieving the loss of innocence and freedom. And I'm hearing I was born 100 years too late. More simplicity. Like there's a desire to go back to the good old days that maybe never really existed. Like how far back would we need to go? There's a pull back to when the Garden of Eden, something where nature, this is the garden, back to purer times, to reset that natural foundation, a longing to reclaim heaven on earth. Wow, there really is this desire to see accurately, to create from a safe place, to experience truth, to realign with love, to have our emotions and our take on reality balanced, good, right, true, alive, lush, end of heartache. This was right in the middle of all these energies, is taking these falsehoods out of our experience of life. This is the compassionate heart. This is our birthright. This is our healing. These are I'm being told, what are they? The societal lies, the collective delusion, the stories we tell ourselves about our own worth, and the stories we tell ourselves about others' ill intentions for us. Those are big, collective imprinting, karmic, fear-based, survival, segregation energies being removed right now. Wow, that was an intense message. So let's see, how is the feminine polarity experiencing this at this time? We are getting time for beginner's mind. So take a fresh look through the eyes of love, not fear. If you start with the fear-based assessment, so be it. But at least try the love-based assessment as well. And a rebirth is assured. Clear the clutter. So in the upright, clear the clutter is still the priority. This is the low-hanging fruit. Go ahead and clear out old mindset, old fear paradigms, old fear lens. Remove those things so that beginner's eyes can come in and have this rebirth in time once the old paradigms have been released. Oh my goodness. And how is the masculine polarity experiencing this? Third eye upgrade. Transformation is beautiful. See the big picture. So divine feminines, you're literally seeing a new picture, and divine masculines are appreciating the entirety, the big picture, which is going to cause the masculines to show up in a brand new way, with more context, with more appreciation for the journey. And divine feminines, you're going to have an opportunity to receive appreciation, I just heard, in a new way. So clear out what you think are the old ulterior motives and agendas, and get ready to be delighted and receive something fresh and new, I just heard. That's beautiful. Okay, what can we see for the how do we want to do this today? I'm going to do a spine of fire. Ooh, here's the Queen of Cups showing up on the split with this passion-filled, new purpose-led, more fulfilling life coming up without that codependent, karmic, petty, superficial, distracting drama energy going on. We're healing, we're whole, we're alive, and we're shooting for the stars. So what can we see, Divine Creator, for the twin collective on all the chakra levels, crown chakra to the root chakra, and for the feminine and masculine polarities? What can we see for how each are meeting in the energies we're about to look at? Divine feminines on the left, and divine masculines on the right. Three each. Okay, crown chakra, pardon me. Oh, the Four of Crystals again. So this was the card of opening the heart, allowing for a little bit more trust, a little bit more hope, a little bit more progress, a little bit more freshness, a little bit more love to come in. So we are being shown, oh my goodness, I have a cat hair. We're being shown a more divinely guided view of reality. I'm being told that means we're understanding the cosmic clock, we're understanding the way evolution, ascension happens, that this is a natural process, not really anything to be afraid of. If we can open our hearts and seek to witness our reality changing in a way that can bring benevolence into the mix. Think about who you were last week, 2 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. Look how far you've come. We are evolving incredibly quickly. It's not going back to the way it was. We have reached the markers of the beginnings of a peace on earth. It's tentative. It's brand new. We are coalescing. We are becoming a level 1 society on the planet. And all of our relationships, all of our motivations are shifting over. We're no longer simply consumers. We are contributors. Everything is being revamped, rethought, organized into new expression. We're becoming more masterful. We're self-identifying in any way we choose. We are more transparent with our truth. It's easier to find our own truth. There's so much information available for anything at this time. We're all in this together. These are some of the divinely guided motions of progress that we can allow to sink in, that we can allow to be this new foundation, that we can allow to open our heart. So how are the feminines navigating this? 10 of Pentacles, Lord of Wealth. So for many feminines, your gifts are allowed to be celebrated in broad daylight. As a spiritually realized feminine, you are permitted now to bring those gifts, talents to the world in safety and more support, more validation than for a long time on the planet. It's beginning. You are able to more freely access your own wealth as a feminine. And this is crown chakra. So if you are not in alignment with this yet, open to the faith, open to channel that instruction, the downloads needed for your path, direct to source. This is available to each one watching this video. Divine feminines, you are able to have your long-term self-sustaining abundance come in through your connection and guidance to source. So allow that, open up, understand this foundation that you have in your life because you are focused on love in the new energy. That is incredibly attractive. And for the masculines, what can we see? Ooh, a tower. I always smile maniacally when I see a tower. Peace is at the core of it. Come on. Major changes, but look at how this is like a lightning bolt from the divine. So there are some major aha moments coming in right now that are divinely guided for the divine masculines. About the nature of love I'm hearing, and I'm being brought back to the feminines handling their own abundance. Divine masculines, this is taking the pressure off of you to be the provider, the one that knows, the figurehead. This is bringing you back to your core. You're no longer in those slavery templates where you are indebted, enslaved, overcome, overpowered by the machine, society, the rat race, a feminine. All of those collective agreements are being released. There has never been a time on earth when you can drop into your core and allow what you know to bring you peace, to be your expression. Twin flames, we are truly blessed. And that is a sacred responsibility. It is also a responsibility and accountability. If you find yourself watching this video and you truly are as blessed as one would need to be to stick through this video, if this message is reaching you, you are so blessed. And it is a sacred accountability to fulfill your gifts, your talents, your potential, because you have been given it. It is a divinely given. We're in the crown chakra here. These are divinely given alignments for each individual watching this. That in and of itself is reason enough to celebrate who you are and to enjoy your life unapologetically. Follow the leading of your connection to Source and create wondrous things, healed things, beautiful things, aligned things, because you can. What can we see for the intuition, the third eye? Okay, the Hanged Man. So here is the crown chakra lit, and then the pendulum. Deciding. We got the first messages here that collectively we're being asked to look at our intuitive assessment of reality through the lens of love, the heart. To drop in with everything we're witnessing right now as we remove karma, as we make choices going forward. This next eclipse season, or the one that we're in, is all about beginning to see our reality in a more safe and beautiful potential. And so it's continuing to sort the thoughts, sort the choices, sort the action in love. What are the feminines experiencing? King of Wands in the reverse. This is divine masculine energy. This is the charisma, the shamanic aspect of the divine masculine. In the reverse, it's perhaps divine masculine's not quite showing up in this empowerment yet. There's a sorting here, divine feminines, where on this intuitive level, you are being asked to really seek, petition the divine, I just heard, for the reasons why in your connection, your divine counterpart or a divine relationship is not fully in your life yet. You're meant to be looking at this Ten of Pentacles in your own right, continuing to establish every layer of your abundance through your connection to Source, not a person just yet. It's coming, it's on the table, it's almost here. I just heard leave no rock left unturned. This is the time for you to be single, for you to be spiritually sovereign, for you to understand once you come into union, you will never again have this spaciousness the same way in your life. This is your chance to really fall in love with yourself, discover what your preferences are, be free-spirited, have adventures, do what you want to do, the things that make you laugh, celebrate yourself, learn something new. The opportunities are endless here. But it's not going to be forever that you're going to be alone. Divine feminines, you're so attractive, magnetic. It's only a matter of time. So really allow this period of time, allow yourself to take the pressure off and just experience these now moments without needing to get somewhere else. You're never going to have this opportunity to set that record straight that doesn't rush like you do now. This is a moment where you don't have to go anywhere. There's nowhere to go. There's no win or lose. Divine Feminines. This is your homecoming. Welcome to your new life. Your new life. You will always have your life, even within union, romantic union with a twin flame. You don't lose yourself into a love like that. This is where you set the baseline. Really take that in and say yes to it, Divine Feminines, because that is essential to maintain your balance, your mastery, as you add more energies into the mix. You've come through so much, Divine Feminines. This has been hard won. It's time to celebrate that and really appreciate. This is a time to deeply appreciate how far you've come. To look at all of the things that you might still be assessing through fear and let all that go. Set the record straight. What are the masculines? Okay, the sun in the reverse. So the sun is going to come out, but Divine Masculines, you're having these life-changing aha moments right now. And that is going to change the way you assess your reality and the way you read your own responses to what's going to happen next in your life. I'm hearing that there are some counterintuitive things that are going to be eclipsed out over this eclipse season for you, Divine Masculines, and it's all in how you look at it. It's all happening for you, through you, not to you. And so you're going to see in time what these major changes, mostly things leaving your life unexpectedly, overnight, I just heard. Things that you thought were sure are going to go away, be taken, be finished, and they're not going to return. And you will see in time why those were the most beneficial things to happen right now. There is a quickening. Things are speeding up, and whatever happens over an eclipse is for the greater good. And you will see that in time. What can we see for the throat chakra? The great wheel. Even I am speaking these very divinely inspired, divine intervention type messages of witnessing the divine plan, seeing the changes as for us and through us, not against us, and not necessarily within our control. You're going to notice, twins, that there are a lot of conversations all around right now as people start to wake up more and more. Synchronicities, signs, wonders, coincidences, number sequences, making light of things that happen in real time. People seeing the blessings in disguise more and more readily. People are starting to realize there's something very unusual going on these days. It's not like it was. We are moving out of the confines of the 3D. We're no longer as bound to linear time. The collective agreements are less and less relevant as we individuate and find our own unique paths, our own self-identifying paths. We're not as bound by the 9 to 5. Things are opening up in that sense. They're becoming 24/7, intangible, online. Look at how time is sort of floating away. You're going to start noticing so many more conversations about the expansion, the cycles. Time is cyclical. We're always in that 0 point, the present moment, and then everything is cycles. I've been having it come through a lot in private readings that We're no longer confined to the 3D sense of time, but in releasing things that are obsolete and receiving innovative things. And as these two wheels of time move, we are humming along in that threshold grace zone of the present. So no longer are we necessarily measuring in minutes and seconds, but in releases and acceptances. It's a totally different thing, and it moves in alignment with each person's intrinsic clock. How far can you process? How fast can you process? What is legitimate? What is your rate of integration and release? We're becoming more and more able to move at the speed of our own drum. What can we see for the feminines and the throat chakra being influenced by divine awareness and timing and themes? The Five of Wands, Lord of Strife. A lot of people who are not comfortable with change are interpreting the things on the planet at this time as fearful, as frightening. The Five of Wands is a lot of opinions, too many cooks in the kitchen kind of energy. Divine feminines, you're going to be given more and more opportunity to go into the middle of mayhem and to represent a synchronistic, divinely guided angle in conversations, to groups, to individuals that are in this flustered energy. You're going to be able to show them how things are changing in a way that they might just be able to glimpse. It's getting easier. That's another message that keeps coming through in private readings, is the languaging to describe these divinely guided things, the energetics. It's becoming easier to find those words. It's becoming easier for people who are not accustomed to thinking in those terms to understand. What's happening there, everybody? We are all becoming more conscious. We can interpret these things, whether we are explaining them or teaching them or hearing them for the first time. It's easier. So divine feminines, your voice is needed. You've been training for this for a long time. And if not for a long time, you've been catching up to speed very quickly or very precocious. But you are being employed into service to help make sense of this mayhem and to channel through a different understanding of what's coming in. Ask the divine to use you that way, or open your heart, your intuition. This is again going back to the first messages, this bridge of the intuition and the heart, compassion and knowing, interpretation. When you're in the midst of these energies, if you tune into that bridge of intuition and compassion and the crown, you can bring through the messages that are in alignment, that know, that have firsthand experience and insight, that can share through a story. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and a story also carries such beautiful resonance. As we become more energetic, there's also a resonance in the tone of the stories, the intention, the vibration, the frequency. When you have a personal connection to it based in love, it's shared in a more potent, supportive, truth-filled way. It is received more accurately for the love that it is, for the encouragement that it is. When the vessel resonates as pure, it is delivered with more purity and received with less fear, because it is more true. I heard out of the mouth of babes. When we are like children, when the ego is not there, when it's simply matter of fact and true, it's easily digestible because there's no alternative agenda. So divine feminines, it's a beautiful progression from, the witch burnings to a time on the planet where we can just speak in broad daylight and share this beautiful information with all of our hearts without fear and have it received. So don't forget the sacred honor it is, divine feminines. You hold that voice, the encouragement for humanity. You are like the divine mother embodied, where you can remind of that safety and nurture. Beautiful high priestess energy. What can we see for the divine masculines? The great wheel, King of Pentacles in the reverse. So you're going to be having a lot of conversations about what commitment is, conscious business, how to show up. You're defining, divine masculines, what relationships themselves can look like going forward. You may not have had any examples that are of the twin flame level to draw from. You may not know what it will look like. You may not know how it's possible. But there is some alchemical process happening right now that you are very much getting higher guidance coming in. The energies are conducive right now, divine masculines, to visit these themes of commitment and to begin speaking, communicating with friends, family, partners, your counterpart, regarding what could work, what is possible, what doesn't work, what is not desired, and then seeking solutions. But there is communication, divine masculines, about this. And it's part of your destined path. I'm seeing these stars of destiny on the throat chakra, the high heart, the heart, this connection, this pathway. And there's a yin-yang forming on the solar plexus for empowerment. But the womb portal here is the largest. It's a tree of life. And so there is more of a transformation coming for the synergy between counterparts and this commitment that's growing for your divine feminine. All the conversations at this time, divine masculines, are bringing you into more and more alignment, but it's also inspired by the connection with your feminine, by the spiritual progress that the two have made on this journey. What can we see for the solar plexus chakra? We actually even get the Knight of Wands, the Adept of Flames, with the solar plexus chakra lit. This is where sexual passion, the Knight aligns with true empowerment. It's been reclaimed, empowered sexuality, healed sexuality, enlivening, alive sexuality. The Knight of Flames, the Knight of Wands, is often that sexual passion. And it can run wild or be volatile, hot and cold. This is where it becomes healed, healing, supportive, adventurous, truly alive. So on the solar plexus, sexual communion, tantra, the sexual connection is becoming something very, very encouraging, sacred, potent. What can we see for the feminines? Queen of Pentacles. You are grounding this in your physical body. This is what you are now a match for. Sacred sexuality, safety in intimacy. You have embodied the discernment to only respond and calibrate to empowered sexuality. That can look like a lot of different things. It's about the intention, the energy, the frequency of it, divine feminines. So it's still fun. It's not, devoid of pleasure. It's absolutely phenomenal. Embodied, though. You've brought the spiritualization of your flesh. You have become integrated, cosmic, embodied, discerning, eternal. And you are only going to be responding to appropriate connection. Having said that, for those who are not in union and who are engaging with others or curious about that, this means you're not going to be attracted to things that are not empowered, that disempower one or the other. Even so far as your physical body not responding to energies that advance, that aren't in this alignment. You'll know. And divine masculines. 8 of Pentacles, doing the inner work. This is incredibly sacred, specialized progress. This is actual calibration and knowing to come into this empowered alignment where nothing less than empowered connection will do. You're a specialist in it. I'm hearing ladies and gentlemen. There is an elegant, refined, sophisticated, appropriate, balanced, playful, advanced, quality vibe in this. Divine masculines. This is taking it to the next level where sacred sexuality and true courtship, cosmic being mating rituals, tantra, where you divine masculines have the ability now to bring soul into making love and up the pleasure quotient so much more than wham bam, thank you ma'am. There's such a reveling in this potent energy and accountability for those who have tapped into the tantric energy before. This is now free from recklessness because there is no more self-seeking or insatiable consumption. The masculine polarity and the feminine in a masculine polarity can be insatiable sexually. This is more of a controlled, conscious, deliberate, intentional motion. What can we see for the sacral chakra? I think we got more love. Oh, so we had all of that empowered, intimate connection stuff, and on the sacral, the womb portal, we have love. The sacral is our channeling center. It is our bliss chakra. It's our creative chakra, bearing new life and also creative projects. But we have love, we have true connection, we have authenticity, we have seeing eye to eye. We have being able to meet our reality, people, places, things with an accurate read of whether it is beneficial or not. And to be able to connect and disconnect at will, because we are accurately reading the frequency of connection. For the feminines, what do we have? The Knight of Pentacles. This is opportunities, experiences to feel into many, many different situations. I'm being told that divine feminines, over the next little while, you're going to have many opportunities to energetically read people, places, things by how much joy or drain of joy occurs. Lord of the wild and fertile land, fertility in the womb chakra. For some, I'm getting don't have promiscuous sex. If you're not actually into it, you may become pregnant. You'll know who you are. But in general, this is you reclaiming the womb portal, the fertility, and remembering your own personal ancient wisdom and the telltale signs that your body gives you, that only you know about, whether you are truly in alignment with any energy that meets you or not. You are the gatekeeper of the womb portal, feminines. You are the protector of that. You are the one that says who passes. And so you are going to be given many opportunities to discern whether or not you're being met in love. It's just energy. And it's not a condemnation, but not everyone is for everyone. And that's okay. What are the divine masculines dealing with? The end of anxiety. Ooh, when the feminines know what they want, there's no mixed signals. I'm just getting that the divine masculines have been awaiting the feminines to come into the maturity that they don't give their power away. They don't just allow interactions that are not in their highest and best interest anymore. That the feminine is becoming more trustworthy, and that the masculines don't have to worry when the feminine says yes or no. They can believe the divine feminines. That is so beautiful. And that they don't take it personally or as a rejection, that it's a sacred recognition as the feminines begin to express their truth without fear of being rejected. That goes in all directions, I just heard. Regardless, divine feminines, when you're not interacting with the masculines from a place of putting yourself second because you're afraid of how it will affect them or not, it causes anxiety, it causes uncertainty. If you stand in your truth, divine feminines, your divine counterpart has this response of anxiety going away because they're not second guessing or having to guess. They know where you stand. It may take some time to balance out respond to where you're at, but take it or leave it. It's setting the record straight in that regard too. It's recalibrating. And it's taking the pressure off the divine masculines. So divine masculines, notice where your anxiety is dropping away. And it's also, I'm being told, it's also allowing the divine masculines to sleep easy at night, knowing you, divine feminine, aren't, just giving yourself away. That your choices are authentic for you, including with your divine counterpart or any other potential partners. as you become sovereign, as you become the owner of your own body, feminines, and you're not in waiting, and you are living your life on your terms, happiness in your command for your body, for your life, your divine counterpart can trust you so, so deeply. Because they know you don't lie about things like that. What can we see for the root chakra? Oh, 10 of Cups. What an incredible bunch of energy. This is the Holy Grail at the top of this history. The 4 of Cups is missed opportunities that cause us to do better. The 3 of Cups is polydynamics and friendship and balancing out our own joy. 2 of Cups is heart-to-heart connection, the ability to know what true connection is. And this is unity consciousness, unconditional love. In the root chakra, we have recalibrated the foundation. For the feminines, what is this? 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. So we are getting the same card as the crown chakra card. But in the open, the progressive position here in the inverse, it is opening for more, trusting in the love, believing there is goodness coming in. Lord of Earthly Power. What an interesting title for this card in the upright. That is the scarcity, the lack, the survival energy. We think that things will make us powerful, that things will protect us, that things will create security. We can't take those on to the eternal aspects of our soul after this life. And so this is a heart opening to realign with the things that really matter. To let go of the binding of the world, clinging to the things that we think keep us safe. This is opening the heart. Living the fairy tale I just heard. Becoming more fearless, going for the dreams, manifesting what we want, living fully, feeling joy, and being reminded of the self-sustaining systems, your own wealth. When we're not in scarcity, we actually do generate more abundance, including financial abundance. Because we're not afraid to fully live. We're not scrimping by and staying small. This is a opening up to more kind of an energy. Because you've balanced out your root chakras, done so much generational healing, come into safety, coming into the faith that does not fear that your daily provisions won't be provided. What can we see for the masculines? Princess of Pentacles, kindness. This is like a permission to just be unapologetically you in all walks of your life, in the physical. To walk down the street no matter how you wanna. To come and go as your heart says, divine masculines. Your freedom is found in this kindness. I'll often quote it. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? You're beginning to live by that, and now you know you can truly do no wrong. Oh, pretty nice energy, everybody. Oh, I'm being told to get a message from each of the counterparts. From the Hermit deck. Oh, gee. What can we see from the feminines? Let me have you. I just wish things were different. Think before you act. So divine feminines might be wanting to tell you, divine masculines, that they really feeling pulled. I feel the same way. They're not entirely sure how you consciously feel right now. They're hoping you're waiting for them, and they think you are. But the sadness, the blue, the emotional blues are in the reverse here. So the sadness is being taken out of it. Divine feminines are going through something right now, the spaciousness, the singleness, the experience of their autonomy right now on behalf of generations that have not had that in feminine form. Take gender how it resonates. This is a very interesting transition energy for the feminines. And one more, gossip only hurts more in the reverse. So divine feminines are coming out of situations and circumstances where these connections would hinder. When we are free and clear to pursue, nothing anybody says can really have a substantial influence. There are times when these connections might not be appropriate, but it's kind of curious on this twin journey that the divine pulls counterparts away without even having to strategize those times. If you've noticed, any time it would have been detrimental in any way for the twins to be together, pulled apart. And even if it's uncertain if the twins will ever come back together, when the coast is clear energetically, it happens. And we're seeing a clearing here so that the connections are safe to land. They're appropriate. That's really interesting. Divine feminines are catching on to that. Rejection is divine protection. I just heard again. I've heard that a few times. What are the masculine's messages for the feminines at this time? Just one. You are right. And all the divine feminines say, oh, we told you so. Just kidding. You've taught us so much too, divine masculines. Much love.